Hello everyone. So I'm gonna do this video on a broken toe, how to fix it. Okay, so you probably somehow you smash your toe, like me. You drop the weight on it, or something like that, right? It doesn't have to be your big toe. It would be like the index toe, like this right here. Okay, obviously these are already they're hammer toed already. I got runner's toes. Okay. Have you ever seen dancers too? A lot of dancers, especially salsa dancers, their feet are kind of tore up. So, as a runner, your toes are gonna kind of, you're gonna have some black toes, some bruising, but always try to keep them like clean, your feet clean and clip. You gotta make sure they're clipped, right? So, I'm gonna go to the point where you think you broke your toe. Okay, so you dropped the weight on it like me yesterday. I was doing squats, but just with the 45-pound dumbbell behind my back. I don't use a squat rack because I got an L1 disc, and that's wedged, and I got arthritis in my hip. So just injuries that you pick up on, right? So what I usually just drop the 45-pound dumbbell and move forward, right? When I'm done with my set. But for some reason it bounced and it spinned and then somehow it landed right on my freaking index toe. So okay, so I thought, okay, at first on the pain scale it was like an 8 out of 10. I was limping around. I was just like, oh man. And have you ever bumped your elbow on a table and you want to beat up the elbow? Okay, or you want to beat up the table? I'm sorry, like if it's the table's fault. Well, I knew I can't beat up that 45-pound plate, right? So I'm like, dude, Jesus Christ, did I break it? Am I gonna have to wear one of those heavy like boot things or whatever? So here's the thing is, you don't probably need to go to your podiatrist. It was very red, like almost kind of a little bit like purplish red, and then eventually it soothed down. Right. One thing too is, can you walk on it? Can you move it? This happened yesterday. Can you move your toe? And it's very hard to move one without your main toe. It's harder with your pinky toe and all that stuff. It's hard to move one without the other. You have range of motion. I know podiatrists. A lot of these podiatrists want to make money on YouTube, so they're gonna say go to a podiatrist, right? I don't feel like making an appointment with a podiatrist. I don't feel like even paying my small co-payment, um, or anything else. If I went to the VA instead of my private provider, my private healthcare, they would I'd be in there for like 10 hours, and I don't trust the VA clinics. They probably would want to cut it off for research or some shit. So okay, so another thing too is there any bone sticking out? Is there any was anything cut open? No, there's no bone sticking out, right? So yesterday the tip was pretty much red and somewhat going like purplish, and then it just uh, eased out, right? So there's really no comparison between the right pinky toe. The right pinky toe looks more messed up because I got the bleeding. What do you call that? The black toenail from running, right? That actually looks like the better toe, the index toe. So you probably okay. So for the most part, if you break your toe, unless you like completely did some, I don't know. There's not much you can do. You can tape it to this. You can tape these two toes together with some uh, medical tape or even athletic tape if you want to do that. I know Amazon sells like these toe bands that you can actually go around and line them up together. But you're gonna spend a lot of money, or at least even if you have medical insurance, you're gonna spend money and time. And I can only imagine if you don't have insurance, don't listen to those podiatrists. Um, on YouTube too much because they're in it for a business as well. So you always got to make sure who's actually putting out the content. Um, yeah, Reddit might not be the best place, but you actually get real life people that have broken their toes saying, there's nothing you can really do. Okay, so I dropped a 45-pound weight right on that freaking toe, right? And, could I have fractured it? Maybe, but I'm going on a run and there's no pain. And were you able to walk? Yeah, you're able to walk. Don't freak out. And like I said, this is just from my experience. This isn't medical advice. You can even say this for entertainment purposes only, so you can't sue me. Um, but like I said, if you can move the toe, right? You got motion. You can walk, even if there's a little slight pain, but nothing like where it's unbearable. And within like, I'll even go like 48 hours where you're painless. You probably didn't break your toe, and if you did, it's gonna heal on its own. All right, maybe you can. Me, I'm not one of those people that can stay off from anything. If a doctor tells me stay off your foot for a month, I take that as you stay off your foot for one day, or don't. If he says don't run for a month, I take that month and say I'm not going to run for one day or 2 days, maybe. So you'll be fine. You probably didn't break your toe. Take care.